What's up guys, this is Loma. Welcome back to Binance Scan. Today we're going to break down Solana and Chainlink. Both very promising for very different reasons. We're going to go ahead and start with Solana. So here I have the 12-hour chart. It's pulled up on the USDT pairing. So first glance, nothing too crazy, right? But you're going to see there's this head and shoulders, right? So I'm just gonna print this out right here. All right, so what I mean by head and shoulders, I mean shoulder, head, shoulder, right? And you're gonna see that price actually didn't lose this spot. And that's pretty bullish to me, just because there's a lot of people that pattern trade, right? And there's nothing wrong with pattern trading. It's just that when it comes to this area, you've already established that there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's another shoulder. All right, we're probably gonna get the dagger that, sends us down. Now, because that didn't happen and all the sell side liquidity right here got absorbed, right? And it looks like price is actually moving up. That to me just gives me a bullish bias on this asset right here, okay? Obviously, you can give it more context if you like, such as the fact that Bitcoin has been dumping for the last, couple days. And in fact, price has been appreciating from this low, right? So Bitcoin has been dumping. Price actually recovered yesterday's dump and is trading above that area. So it's hard for me to be bearish on this asset right here. That's why I'm going with the bullish bias with this chart. Now that we've talked about that, I'm gonna jump to the 4-hour, okay? So on the 4-hour, a little bit more price action. Obvious one is the trend line, right? So boom, right here. I like to draw it candle to candle. You can draw it wick to wick if you like. I like candle closes. So before we get out of the 12-hour, I'm gonna mark some areas that I want us to trade above, okay? So first, here. And second, right around here. All right. Now let's jump to the 4-hour so I can break this area down. Okay, like the two resistances that I've marked out. So onto the 4-hour. All right. So what I want to see on the 4-hour, you're gonna notice this trend line right here. So if you draw this wick to wick, right? We're breaking out. You can draw this candle body to candle body as well, and we're still gonna have a breakout. Now you can enter here at 298, right? So this is just a trend line break, but ideally I would like to see us trade above this level, right? Maybe retest it if that's possible before making our way up. And the reason for that is because in this structure right here that we're seeing compressing, right? So lower highs, higher lows, right? Price is compressing, right? Compressing. Ideally, if we break above 313, 312 right here and retest it, this would confirm a higher high, which would be a change in the trend. So the setup for this would look something like this, right? If you might want to enter half of the position right here and then put your stop below the expansion candle down here, right? Usually if it gets down to this area, you could probably assume that this is not going to work out and you can probably close this early, but this is just a stop in case you're sleeping or you're out and you're not paying attention to the charts. So the trend line break is a solid entry. For a safer trigger would be right at around 314, 315. Once we break above, start closing above. That's very important, okay? Not a wick like this. You guys see these wicks? That doesn't count. Where price pushes up into an area, immediately gets swat down. That's not bullish, okay? So you want to close multiple candles above that area. Retest if that's possible. You don't always get a retest, remember that. And Yeah, so safer entry for sure, but you might not get it, right? It could very well just, boop, right, go all the way up. And it happens, right? It's crypto, like it happens. So that's my setup for Solana. We're gonna jump quickly to Chainlink. And like I mentioned earlier, Chainlink is promising, it has potential, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done, right? So on the weekly here, you'll see that we wicked into this area. We're trading above it now. The weekly hasn't closed and it won't close for 3.5 days. So there's a lot of work to be done. This could easily, very easily look like this, okay? And we're trading at four bucks again. So since this is the first real test of a high time frame level since making all-time highs, I'm convinced that we will have some type of bounce here, even if it's just a bearish retest before we head down to $4. I'm gonna go ahead and jump onto the daily to see where we might bounce to, okay? All right, so now on the daily, I'm gonna mark out some key areas that I think will act as resistance on our way up. Okay, so 1, and this is the biggest one, 2, okay. So you're gonna see, right, acted as support here. I expect it to be resistance on the way up. Same idea here, acted as support, gave a bounce, acted as resistance here. I imagine that if price flips this area, this will continue to act as resistance. So nothing too crazy on this setup here. Essentially long this area, first target there. I'm assuming that the lows are in, okay? So this is a big assumption. I am assuming that we already marked the lows, and if we trade under this level again, we're most likely gonna go down to $6, maybe even a straight wick down to the $4 area. Again, that's an assumption, right? It's just a calculated risk, targeting the first resistance area. I imagine that this is a bearish retest and we're going much lower. I do not think that this is a full-scale reversal for Chainlink, okay? I think it's gonna look something like this. Boom. Okay, so you know, I'm not ridiculously bullish on it. In the short term, I do think there's relief, right? I mean, God, holy shit, like we're down about 60% or so from the highs, okay? Pretty insane. And that's gonna wrap up this week's episode of Binance Scan. Thank you guys as always for watching the videos, subscribing to our channel, liking the videos, and as always, leave a comment below of what coins you guys want to see, what type of content you guys like. I plan on releasing a couple of trading tips videos and things that have personally helped me, that are kind of unorthodox, but fuck it. But yeah, so all of that is coming up and more. Thank you guys again. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.